Welcome to the Bellingham-Whatcom County League of Women Voters interviews of candidates in the August primary for the Blaine City Council. The League is a nonpartisan organization. We never support or oppose a party or a candidate. My name is Mindere Amiran, and my guest is Ray Leone, who is running for the council from Ward 2. We are asking all the candidates for this office the same 3 questions. Each candidate has 2 minutes to answer each question, and the answers are timed. This video of candidate Leone's responses will remain on our website until after the primary elections on August 5th, 2025. Candidate Leone, thank you very much for agreeing to this interview and for seeking to serve the public in public office.
Well, thank you for having me. I should note my name is pronounced Leone.
Leone, thank you very much. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I did not let you know that. And Leone is something I've heard most of my life. So, but I just.
I'll bet. Well, Leone.
Thank you.
So here's the first question, and I'm going to start the timer in a moment. Canadians have reduced their visits to Whatcom County. What impacts do you see on your city, and what do you think the council should do about them?
The impacts on our city are pretty noticeable, and it goes beyond our city into just Whatcom County in general. The amount of traffic, the amount of people and businesses, just walking through the town itself is noticeable. And I understand the Canadians are being upset. I am hoping that this is a short-term thing, and that the council isn't really going to have to do much of anything to entice them back. In fact, I don't think we can do anything to entice them back. It's a matter of being patient, and once the Canadians come back, give them reasons to keep coming back. Affordability, our small town character, I think, is very important. If people who come down here, I spent a little bit of time in the Welcome Center, just kind of monitoring it. And they all talk about the views, and they all talk about the quiet in this town, the small town character, true slice of Americana. And I think that's the best thing that Blaine, much less the council, can offer the Canadians when they come back. The rest is up to our government and their government and the media to a certain extent as they play out this little battle of wits that's going on. I'm convinced that the Canadians will come back. We have just too many close connections between them and us here. I lived in Canada for a while as well. And I can say that those connections are strong and they will not be permanently severed.
Thank you. The second question, what are your views about housing issues in Blaine?
There's a lot of people who complain about affordability of housing in Blaine. Some of the businesses are saying that they can't keep help because the help can't afford to live here. Well, Blaine is much less expensive than many places in Whatcom County, so I'm still having trouble wrapping my head around that. Perhaps there could be places where there's a few more apartment buildings put up to give housing for people who can't afford to buy. There are plenty of places towards the east of town that would be able to accommodate such dwellings. I know our city management would like to put them right in the middle of downtown, and I definitely have some objections to that. I don't think that's wise, and I don't think that's what we should do at our downtown. I do believe, though, what we can do is perhaps look to build some apartment buildings within the town to meet the demands of the people who have less to spend on housing. But in general, Blaine is much, much more affordable when it comes to housing. And that's one of our problems here, where we've got a lot of developers who want to come in and just pounce like they've done on so many small communities. The key is not to lose our community character. And if we do develop, we need to develop better, not bigger. And if we are going to do anything bigger, it needs to be placed in an appropriate place in town.
Thank you. The last question. Why do you think people are so polarized in their political positions these days? And how would you contribute to a more cooperative working relationship with your fellow council members?
Why are we so polarized? It's almost like we've taken the lead of computers, which are all ones and zeros. Everything is black and white. There's no gray matter involved, and that concerns me a lot. Um, Having grown up through the Vietnam era where we questioned authority, and now we're all sheep, either Republican sheep or Democratic sheep, and people are unwilling to change. I don't know whether it's their egos involved or what, but the interesting thing about this question for me is that somebody asked me, well, you tend to be more open-minded in your opinions. So are you going to seek the Democratic nomination? And I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to run as an independent. And I think that's a very important part of answering that question, that I'm not running as a Democrat or Republican endorsed candidate. I'm running as an independent. I believe in that gray matter. I believe in asking questions. I believe in questioning authority, and even challenging them if they need to be challenged. And that's the best thing I can do, is to let people know, hey, I'm listening. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to represent you. And I'm not going to be swayed by either party. I'm going to be swayed by the truth and give you an honest response with reason.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Once again, thank you for giving the public this insight into your views and values. Viewers, please don't forget to vote by August 5th. Ballots sent by mail must be postmarked by that date. Ballots placed in drop boxes must be submitted by 8 p.m. that day. For more information, please see votewa.gov. Thank you.
Thank you.